most leaders are looking for somebody to mentor. Never get so desperate or hungry you lose your power to choose.
Yeah.
You cannot pour from an empty cup.
Hello, everyone. I have Executive Chairman Barrister Olufunke Hassan. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to be here.
So we're going to be talking about her journey, but also how young people can get involved in politics, how women should enter politics, and so much more. So can you introduce yourself and tell us how you entered politics?
Okay, my name is Barrister Olufunke Hassan. I'm a lawyer by training and a politician by profession. I got into politics while I was living in Abuja. It's a very political place. Most people there are politically inclined. And even though I was an entrepreneur, side hustle, I was working as a company secretary for another company, but I still felt, okay, one needs to get involved in what's going on because politics was all around. But I wasn't really involved. It looks larger than life.
What year was this?
This was in 2011.
So in 2011, that's when you were in Abuja and you decided to get more into politics because that's what everyone around you was.
Well, yes, there was that. Politics was day to day. Even though I wasn't a civil servant and I wasn't a politician, I worked with a private company and I had my side hustle, but still, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Vibe is in the air that, okay, you need to be involved. So there was this group of young people that came together then. They're trying to start their own political careers, so to speak. But I wasn't really involved in that. Because it looked huge. It looked unattainable.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like dipped my toe in. Mm-hmm. I wasn't really involved in it until I came back to Lagos.
Okay. What year was that when you came back?
2017.
Okay, 2017.
17, yes. So that's when APC was doing its congress for the internal ESCO structure.
Yes.
At ward, local government levels. So when I came in, I was already involved. I said, okay, fine. I want to do... In fact, I think almost immediately I came back to Lagos. I was already working towards, okay, being more involved.
Yeah.
But not as 100% career then, but I just wanted to be more involved, take what I was doing in Abuja to another level.
How did you become more involved while in Lagos?
Okay, I met with the current chief of staff, Honorable Tayainde. He was like adopted son of my mom.
Okay.
So I met with him and I told him what I wanted to do. And I think at that point, he wasn't really taking me that serious either. But hey, okay, let's give her a shot, a chance. Mm-hmm. So I contested for the post of legal advisor for APC at Onigbongbo. Mm-hmm. But I got this spot for assistant legal advisor. I joined in then. And I joined in at a time when was coinciding with campaigns. So there was a lot of activity then.
A lot to do.
A lot to do. There are seasons you join politics and there isn't really much going on. So I think because I joined at that time when there was a lot to do, I was able to get very involved. We're always having meetings. I know it was energetic and time consuming. And I just said, okay, I'm in this spot. And the thing with me is if I have a role, I like to play it properly to the max.
Yeah.
If I'm going to take it on, I'll take it on and I'll fulfill whatever duties I have for that role. So we had meetings, we had lots to do. And I just began to see, okay, there's space for me here. I can make impact here. Or I fit here, I fit there, and I started to grow. I think I grew quicker than anybody assumed I would grow because I was so involved. So from assistant legal advisor, I attempted to contest for the spot of House of Rep in 2019.
It okay. How did that go?
Well, I think my lobbying and campaigning lasted about 3 weeks. Go sit down.
But it was your first.
It was my first.
Taste into running.
And I think that push even helped me. I got the courage to. I didn't have courage before then.
Yeah.
I got the courage to even aspire for the role. When I met the late Princess Adirele, I met with her. We're having a conversation. And then she asked me, so what are you going for in upcoming elections? I said, they didn't ask me to go for any post yet. So they didn't ask you. So you're waiting for them to ask you. I said, then nobody's going to ask you to do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody's going to offer you, come and take. So you have to ask. And then you will ask for what you think you don't deserve. And those words, I like, naturally, I do like a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So I listened to those words too. And I went back and I went to go and meet the chief of staff and the leaders, some other leaders in Unibu. I said, okay, I want to contest for House of Rep.
Mm-hmm.
So I met with them. I told them I want to contest for House of Rep. House of Rep. Where are you coming from? There's this
Wait, who did you meet?
the chief of staff. I met
Okay.
and some other leaders in Liverpool. Then I want to contest for the position of House of Rep. I remember telling the then local government chairman, then the late Honorable Francis, and he just laughed. I laughed at him. He was laughing at me. But then, when I spoke to some of the women in the barracks, she just told me he laughed a bit. And I'm thinking, okay, what would she do? Let's see if she really means it.
The women were willing to give you a chance.
I spoke to the women later on.
Okay.
I just started speaking to the women, and then the response was actually a bit surprising.
It was more positive.
Well, yeah, it was more positive because we haven't had a House of Rep member from Onigbongo. The House of Rep members representing Ikeja usually come from Ujutu. So we haven't had from Onigbongo. So me even thinking it and aspiring and daring. Okay, people say, okay, fine, we deserve. That's what people say, yeah, we deserve to have someone come from our zone. So the idea that was like play, not doing it like play. It caught on. And I wasn't actually.
Wait, the saying is play like play.
Like play. The same we have like play, like joke. You know, something you're not really serious about in the beginning, and then now turns to something major. I wasn't 100% serious about becoming House of Rep then. I wanted to try.
And this was 2019 again?
2019, yes. I just wanted to, for the 2019, I just wanted to try. Since it was in 2018, towards the 2019 election, I just wanted to give it a try. I knew I was going to fail.
Now, wow.
No, I knew I knew I was going to fail. Where am I coming from? What do I have to contest? But I just felt, okay, you know what? I'll try. I'll make as much noise as possible. And I'd make impact. I get myself out there and somebody would notice me. That was the idea. Okay, they'd notice me and they probably say, okay, step down. Let's negotiate. Honestly, I'm sure they had told me, yeah, winning primaries, I probably have gone to cardiac arrest and fainted. Like, no, I was only joking. Well, along the way, when I started talking to people at the grassroots, because then our primaries were direct. So that entails every card-carrying member of the party.
Of APC.
You'd go out to the field and you vote like it was general election. So that's a lot harder than the delegates and indirect they're doing now, because you have to appeal to thousands of people. So I'd already started going to the barracks, going with my little gifts of wine. Please, I want to contest for House of Rep. Going to the zonal leaders, market leaders. Please, I want to contest for House of Rep. I didn't go to all. I went to the ones in GRA. So I was already going there. Okay, please. And they were looking up. Who's she? She's serious. So, they were curious. So nobody actually told me to go away. They were curious. And it actually was a vibe and it caught on. Then there was a party. We just turned the whole place into a campaign. My mom was alive then. My mom was worried. Mom was like, this will be party. Why are we shout? Why are we singing campaign songs? I'm like, let her go on. Because even the people that were watching me, they didn't think I was going to take it that far or be that serious. So they just watching out of curiosity. And then, of course, after I say, I go and sit down. They didn't actually want me to waste any money in buying the forms or anything because they knew I didn't really have a good chance at that time.
You didn't have a strong background.
I didn't have a strong background. Exactly. I didn't have a strong background. And it would be a waste of money for me to have the kind of push. I needed some kind of money, and I probably have wasted at that point.
Okay, fair.
So when I said I cried, I said, okay, I don't even want. I cried though, because at that point, I wasn't really aspiring for the sport again. But then I felt I hadn't made the mark I wanted to make. I said, let me buy for my Facebook star. I said, no.
Okay.
I wake up at 7 a.m. Chief of staff will open his eyes. I'm at the door. Excuse me, sir, please now.
Wow, okay.
But it's like, you need to learn.
Yeah.
You need to grow. You need to do all these things. So I stayed put. And through the years, I have learned and
You've grown quickly.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So tell us how you got into your chairman position.
I was the vice chairman. In 2020, the late Honorable Francis Oke passed away. So the vice chairman, who's also late now, Dr. Olakole, became the chairman. Then I assumed the position of the vice chairman.
Okay.
So when Honorable Dotson passed away, I took his position and I became the chairman of the local government.
So I remember when you told me that to be vice chair, you had to really campaign again. So you were ready this time.
Yeah, not even to be vice, because I was the vice on passing.
Okay.
So we now had 2021 general elections, local government elections come in 2021. And then I decided I didn't decide. I'd seen what was going on and, okay, fine, there's a space for me. I have something to offer and to give at this point. So when the opportunity arose, I said, yes, if I could, I would like to aspire for the position of the chairman. So I contested in 2020, but I was returned as the vice.
Okay.
The chairman.
Wow. So I know you won most proactive chairman in pretty much all of Nigeria. So you have an intense work ethic. How did you build your work ethic?
I think it's something that has come to me through the years. Part of it is from upbringing, and you can't take that away. Your foundation. You get to learn that the buck stops at your table.
Yeah.
So if something comes, we are not passing the responsibility to another person. This is it. And then having worked in private and corporate organizations where you have KPIs, you are supposed to perform. There must be indicators of what you have done. So I transferred that into public office. Okay, what impact will I see? I have to have measurable impact within XYZ time. I can't just be a figurehead for a space filler.
Yeah.
There has to be, okay, I did this. Because as the chairman of a local government, I see the position of chairman of local government just like being the CEO of a company. You're driving the ship. So how are you driving the ship better? How are you making more impact? How are you being successful? That's how I engage my own role as the chairman.
So what have you achieved in your time as chairman?
Okay, we've been able to achieve several infrastructure programs. We got a new police post, which has been upgraded to a police station. We've rehabilitated up to 12 roads in the local government. We've done reconstruction of 3 roads. We have we've done a lot of welfare and palliative programs.
Okay.
So we've done with the feeding. We've really engaged the community, and we've been able to build goodwill between the administration and It's people. One of the things I noticed that was a problem, and I think it's a problem with governance in general,
Yes.
is the trust deficits. When your people don't know you and they don't trust you, you can't govern them well because you can't be attuned to what they need.
Yeah.
So if you can bridge that gap, you're on your way to proper governance. But I feel good governance and nation building is a collective effort.
Yeah, absolutely. But how can people get to know you? How do they know that? How can they hold you accountable for the work that you're doing?
Oh, that's easy. One, the local government is open for anybody and everybody. And there are channels of communication that are open. There's correspondence that's open. You can write.
Do you read the letters?
Yes, I read everything that comes to my tip.
Really? Oh, okay. That's good to know.
So most days I have a stack of correspondence that I have to look through. And I read almost everything. I read everything that's addressed to me.
Okay, that's good to know. So you are a young woman. You being a young woman, how did you enter politics with that knowledge? Because like in Nigeria, politics is so male dominated. Men even look down on women. Men, like, I've even been in circumstances where men are looking at me like, what is this woman doing here? Move out of the way. So how did you achieve your position with that behind you?
Unfortunately for the patriarchy, I was a tomboy growing up. So I mean, whatever a guy can do, I can do as well. So that wasn't a problem for me.
Okay. Interesting. But for women who want to enter and are afraid that they're going to be looked down on, what would you say to them?
The climate is changing. You have more women in politics now. And then unlike the past where we were content with behind the scenes roles and relegated, we're actually pushing for leadership. We're pushing for seats. We are as competent as our male counterparts. And we'd like to be seen as that. Yeah. So the climate is changing. I think it's a lot easier for women to get into politics now. Irrespective of gender doesn't play in my support system.
Okay, interesting. That's actually good to know. So what about if young people want to enter politics? Like, how can they enter politics with no connection? What would be your advice for them?
Get to know your community. The thing with politics is local. You only come out and then you just become a politician somewhere. If you have a huge amount of money, you're using to sway people. But politics is expensive. Whether you like it or not, to campaign is expensive. Anywhere in the world, it costs a lot of money. But to reduce your cost, it's best to get support. And how do you get support? You engage. So have a long-term plan. Don't be like me that came out in 3 months and said, I want to do House of Rep. Have a long-term plan. Engage your community. I think if at that period in 2018, if I'd maybe been engaging my community for like a year plus, I'd have had a better shot.
What does engaging your community mean?
Be part of your community. Be part of residents association. Get to know what's going on.
At the ward level?
Yeah, at your street. It doesn't have to even be, ward is even extra. At your street level.
Okay.
Because most streets have most areas, they have residents associations. You don't have, they have a CDA, they have a CDC. Go and find out. Most importantly, join a political party. Nigeria is not ready for independent candidates right now. So join a political party. Get involved at the lowest level, at the ward level. When I joined, I got involved at the ward level. I remember someone telling me that, why would you start from so low? And, where you entered from is not good. But I feel I entered from the best place now. Because like starting from the mail room and working your way up.
And that's what you did?
That's what I did. So join a political party, get involved in your community. Every community has needs. And every community gets together one way or the other. Make yourself known. Go to meet our ward meetings I used to go to. I wasn't dealing with the most educated people.
Yeah.
I wasn't sitting with white collar people, but I was still going to sit anyway.
Yeah.
So go to sit, go to listen, get to understand
what's happening.
You might think it's a bit beneath. It is not beneath you.
Yes, nothing's beneath you.
Nothing is beneath.
Especially in politics.
I think, oh, this is not your crowd. The crowd is on a lower scale than you, of a lower, maybe social, economic, demographic than you. It doesn't matter. I think that's one of the things that's even helped me today, that I'm not afraid of my community. Wherever I go to, I can stand. This is stand gidigba. I can stand and I can go anywhere in my community, because I've started from the bottom up.
So your advice would tell people to start at their street level, join
your residents association, join a political party, attend the ward meetings.
That's how they should start.
Not that way, because if you don't have billions and billions and billions, that's the best way to start.
Yes. A lot of young people don't have any money. So I think when you are on the outside and you're looking at politics and politicians, it seems so big and larger than life. So a lot of young people don't even know where to start. And even so, I'm glad that you at least broke it down. But what would you tell a young person who is, other than, start at your ward level and join, what would you give them, like ginger, essentially, to start? Because it's the courage.
It gets better as you go along. I'd actually tell them to be tenacious.
Yeah.
To be a politician, a successful politician, you have to be stubborn. You have to be really tenacious. That's to be one of your strong points. And you should kind of like have a thick skin and an open mind at the same time. Because if you're coming from the white collar demography, you're not really accepted instantly by the blue collar. You know that?
Yes. They look at you and
they look at you like, what are you doing in our turf, in our terrain? You have to be able to take that. But you understand that it's part of your learning process.
Yeah.
When it gets better as you go along, it does get better as you go along.
So how would you encourage more young people to enter politics?
I'd tell them to act rather than talk. That's what motivated me, because I was talking about it a lot. And I was fortunate to be in a politically charged environment, and I didn't act much, because like you said, it looked big. It looked very intimidating.
Scary.
It looked scary. So I was just, going with these people. I was like, okay, you are this person's child. Your father is a senator. But I still looked big, because, my dad is a retiree. How am I going to get into this? It looked big. When I came back to Lagos, and I got a mentor, which is also get a mentor. Get a mentor. I got a mentor. Get a mentor you can shadow.
Because it's like they're going to lay the path for you and help you and guide you on your journey. So what would you say, how to find a mentor? Not everybody feels like they can just open their mouth and find one. How did you find yours?
I opened my mouth to find one.
Fair enough.
Because I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I wanted to. I wanted, okay. I gathered the courage to go and tell him. I thought he was going to laugh at me at first, So I just went, I want to. I know, and he looked at me like, okay.
And that was it?
So whenever they were doing stuff and going anywhere, I'd go with them.
It's really that easy. You have to open your mouth and ask.
Yeah. I open my mouth and ask. Find a mentor. Once you join a political party and you're part of the ward at the ward level, there's one person that's higher, somehow, that you'll be able to engage with. It's also a patience. It's not the first meeting, the second meeting. You have to be consistent. Consistency is very key. But you definitely have somebody higher to engage with. And because you're different, you're cut differently. A lot of people are looking for these people who are cut differently.
Really?
Yes. I can say that because they look, okay, who is cut differently? And you attach yourself to this person. And they know you're cut differently. Mm-hmm. And they take an interest in you. That way, you get closer. Begin to understand and begin to watch. You get more opportunities, get to see things that other people don't get to see, and get to understand better. Because you have kind of proven yourself to be different. most leaders are looking for somebody to mentor.
Really?
A lot of I would not lie.
Okay.
A lot of leaders are looking for who to mentor.
I did not feel that way. I didn't see it.
I wouldn't lie. People are looking for who to mentor. Because as you're growing and you're going higher and in politics, you're leaving space under.
Okay.
And as you grow, your worth is determined by, for the most part, is determined by who you have built and who is behind you.
Really?
Politics is about numbers, whether it's at the election, at the polling units, or you have to have numbers. Who do you have? The more expensive ways to be buying favors from people. And you know that money does not buy complete loyalty.
Yeah.
No, when your money finishes, they are zapped, they are gone. So a wise leader would want people who will stick by them through thick and thin. You want mentors. You want people that you can say, okay, you know what, I'm going to shift part of this burden of responsibility to you. Run it for me. And as you're running that responsibility, you're also growing yourself. So it's a symbiotic relationship. The leaders need the mentees as much as the mentees need their mentor.
Do you know, that's actually really nice to hear. Like, wow. I definitely think young people watching this would definitely pull inspiration from that. When you entered politics, were you afraid that you would have to do something weird or bad? Like, you know how a lot of people are afraid to enter because they feel like,
What's the dirty game?
not only just politics is a dirty game, they don't want to enter into something that will tear down their spirit or integrity or something. So what do you say to those people?
I think you just have to, you draw your boundaries yourself.
Yeah.
You decide what you can and can't do. Truth is, nobody can make you do anything. Nobody can force you to do anything. If you decide, oh, this is what this is going to take, but I don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, nobody's going to force you to do it. So that decision is with you. Never get so desperate or hungry you lose your power to choose.
Yeah.
Your power to choose is your greatest weapon. Your power to decide is one of your greatest weapons. Never give that up. So if they say, oh, go and do X, Y, Z, you say, no, you're not doing it. If that's the only way you can get, okay, fine. I don't want this opportunity. I'll wait for another one. Or I'll look for something else.
So people who should enter politics are people who are already stable. So I think some people, when they enter, they're very hungry. And those are the people who will do anything. But
You need a form of stability.
okay, you need to have an income.
You need to have an income. You need to have another focus aside from politics.
Okay.
Even while I was the vice chairman, I was in office, but I still had my other focus was humanitarian. You need to have a focus aside from what you have to. I think you have to want to serve more than want to gain something. Your passion should be to serve, not to gain. Gaining is what do you call what's that word I want to use? Side effect.
Side effect.
Yeah, it's the agenda start by the side, it's by the way. I won't say that I'm not enjoying some perks of being the chairman, but that's not the goal. It should never be the goal.
Yeah.
You have to have a vision, you have to have something to give. You have to have, okay, this is what I want to do. That should be the goal. If that's your goal, you go far.
Yeah.
Nobody will be able to hold you to ransom unnecessarily. But it's when you want, I'm just looking for something. So anything they give you,
You'll do.
you do. Because if you don't stand for anything, you fall for everything.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, that's a really great statement. That was like really powerful.
Yeah. Oh, Ricky, you are so full of ideology. I said, well, sir. And that's exactly, I said, sir, if I don't stand for something, I'll fall for anything. And I don't think I'd be able to look at myself in the mirror if I was just allowing people to yank me to the left, willy-nilly. I don't think I'd be happy.
I think you're a very strong person, because even when I went to your office and the amount of people who are just asking for things within 30 minutes, there was like, I've never seen this before. I actually timed it. Within 30 minutes, there was at least like a flow of like, let's say 26, 25 people. And they were all different, nothing to do, like, they didn't know each other. Like, they just came by themselves to ask you for something. And like, that was intense for me. Because even for us to get our interview there, you had to lock the door. And I remember that. You consciously like, lock the door. So how do you deal with that? All these people asking and meeting you. I mean, it's part of your work, but like.
Oh, of course. You have to have a method of dealing with it. You know, you're not just answering people, the energies that are being exchanged and they're taken from you. So that will affect you spiritually, mentally, and physically. You have to put your foot down and have them lock the door at certain times. At certain times, I just look at everybody and know, like, I'm going.
But do you tell them or do you run?
No, I tell them.
Okay.
There was this particular day, there was this meeting that was dragging on. I just looked at all these people and I was so drained that day. And I started clearing up. They thought I was joking. And I gave my bag to my PA. She carried it to the car. I'm like, okay, I'll see you guys later. I didn't tell them to leave my office.
You left your own
office? I left my office. I said, I'll see you guys later. And where are you going? So far away. I said, look at you, I'm already inside my car. I've already gone. Oh my gosh. You have to be able to remember yourself, because it's easy to forget yourself.
Yeah.
And then just continue. You have to remember you cannot pour from an empty cup.
So what would you say to people that are in your constituents, people who are here, your local government people? What do you say to them?
I'd like to first thank the local government community for the way they've worked with me. And I'm not even talking about the politician. I'm talking about normal voters in the community. They've actually really cooperated with me. A lot of these residents association, community association, so many of them have worked with me by coming to tell me what they need and what they want and how we can. So they've even provided guidelines to me, because I listen to them and I do what they want, and that has served as, she did this, but I won't have known what to do if people weren't coming to tell me what to do. So I'd like, they should see, we listen. They should write. Their communities have come to introduce themselves to me, and they've actually helped. So you see, when government and the people work together,
things can happen.
The police station we have now, somebody has offered a space for us to construct a parking lot.
Oh, wow, that's really nice.
And there's a space in front of his house. He doesn't mind letting go of for them to have a parking lot.
Wow.
So we need more collaborations like that. We need people in the business sphere to also collaborate with the local government. That's the way you get good governance. And rather than attacking your administration, like, the vending machine is not giving you what you want and you're kicking it, why don't you follow up and ask for accountability along the way? The office of the citizen is the number one office. That's the highest office in Nigeria. In any country, the office of the citizen. But when the office of the citizen is derelict in its duties, you won't get what you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
It's like being the manager of a supermarket or hotel. When the manager is not around, the staff are going to slack off.
You could feel it, actually, when you go there.
In fact, the minute you come back, shenanigans have happened in your absence.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Our manager, the office of the citizen, is being derelict. It's not around. That's why there's shenanigans. So let the office of the citizen take its place and use its voice. That way, we can get good governance.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, do you have anything else you would like to add?
I think this has been a very lovely interview. I've enjoyed being here. One thing I'd like to note is, it's easier for women to be in politics now because, we're pushing for votes, and then most political parties now, they try to toe the line of gender equality by lowering the price of forms and that for women. But all the things that there's strength in numbers, we're really still left to swim on our own. There are many women support NGOs at this moment. But I've realized one thing, because prior to local government elections, I wrote to a couple of them, okay, local government elections are coming up. Why don't you try and find some of the viable, competent, because I'm sorry, I wouldn't.
So wait, you wrote to NGOs, women-run NGOs.
Women-run NGOs. Okay. That, women-based, women coming together. And they do have a few things they do, and they're impactful. So I wrote a few of them that local government elections are coming. That it would be nice for you to use your influence to support competent aspirants.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I was ignored. And we were ignored. But then after you now struggle, find your way, and access a spot, they would now want to come and hobnob and associate with you afterwards. So wait,
the women that you wrote to,
the
organizations are now that ignored you.
They haven't responded yet. But you see, that's the trend. They wait for you to attain a certain spot before
backing
you.
So you're saying that's not how it should be at all?
It's not.
They should see someone as trying and support.
Yes.
So that's an opportunity.
It is. Because I'm not asking you to support women just because they are women. I think that's a trash concept.
Yeah. Support competent women.
Support competent women.
Yeah.
So when a woman is competent, if you are really into, you have seminars, you have symposiums, women in politics. What are you doing to help women get into politics? You have the influence, you have the power, you have the platform. But you're kind of waiting for the meal to be semi-done.
Yeah. Then they come and enjoy.
And then, we'll cook the rest of it for you. Okay. It shouldn't work that way. So I'm quite disappointed with women support organizations at the moment.
But that's a good thing to point out, because they can work on that.
They should work.
They should work on it, because that's important to their actual organization.
And what seems to be their goals.
Yeah, it's actually directly related to their goals. Oh, good point. Thank you for bringing that up. For your future aspirations, where are you going next?
Well, chairman is a local government level, and I think it's just a stepping stone. I hope to see myself in a federal position.
God willing.
God willing, yes. Perhaps Lagos is ready for its first. When Lagos is ready for its first female governor,
okay,
I'll be here. And if Nigeria is ready for its first female president, I'm available.
I love that. Okay, so you're headed towards federal.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Wow. So thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you taking the time out, because I know how busy you are in local government serving people.
It's my pleasure. And I think I need to take more time out to do less stressful things like this. It's nice having a conversation with you rather than having 30 people waiting in my auntie room to see me.